Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report and another little special home edition. I promised you yesterday that if I found out any kind of new information going on around all of the trade rumors going on with Aaron Rodgers, that I would try to keep you guys up to date. So this is a new one from Las Vegas Locally. Again, they are on Twitter at Las Vegas Locally. These are the guys that broke the news of Davante Adams is looking for a house in Las Vegas. Ends up, we traded for him. They're also the ones that kind of talked about, a little bit earlier on in the week that they're hearing that Aaron Rodgers is doing some home shopping in Summerlin, Las Vegas. And then that's also the exact same Twitter company that Davante Adams quote tweeted. And they were asked, what neighborhood is Aaron Rodgers moving to? And what did they say? Or what did Davante say? Said he's moving to my neighborhood, Summerlin. So Las Vegas Locally does seem to be pretty in the know in terms of real estate, house marketing, all that kind of stuff. So this is the latest tweet from them. Raiders coach Josh McDaniels has told several people that he believes Aaron Rodgers will play for the Las Vegas Raiders next season, per source. I'm going to read that again. According to Las Vegas Locally on Twitter, Raiders coach Josh McDaniels has told several people that he believes Aaron Rodgers will play for the Las Vegas Raiders next season. I told y'all, even on my off days, I got Alex, her mom, we got a movie night going on out there, and I'm searching, and that's just all I do anymore. I just try to keep you guys in the know because, man, I can't stop thinking about it either. So if you could, take a second, hit subscribe, take a second, hit that notification bell. That way, if any other news, happens around this team, we will keep you up to date. Some of the other stuff that you're going to see here on the video is even more rumors from Davante Adams in terms of what he said today, some of the stuff that went down at the Pro Bowl. So I'm going to show you all this real quick, okay? So I'm going to go through my Twitter. As always, if you want to stay up to date with this kind of stuff, I post this stuff on social media all the time. So today, Davante Adams said that it would be a dream scenario to play with Aaron Rodgers. He also said 1,000,000% that he would support the Raiders trading for Rodgers. If you're an organization and you invested as much as you did into Davante Adams and he is outright saying that stuff, you know what I mean? Like light bulbs got to start going off, y'all. Like you got to start thinking like, all right, if this is somebody who he actually wants, I would say that it's crystal clear Davante Adams wants Aaron Rodgers to be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. I like to believe that Davante is going to carry a lot of weight. Then you go in even more, right? We're not even bringing up all the stuff that Davante has already done. Posted an Instagram story of him and Aaron Rodgers throwing back shoulder fades. The quote tweet, like I said before, Davante's like two of my tweets about 12-hour live stream if we trade for Aaron Rodgers. He also liked my tweet about big smile from Rodgers when everybody was chanting Raiders. Then yesterday, if you followed all the social media stuff that happened yesterday, if you haven't, check out my video that I dropped yesterday. But yesterday was Sam Barrington said, just spoke with a friend of mine who is very tuned in with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers situation. Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the Raiders. If you're wondering, hey, who the hell is Sam Barrington? Well, that's what I wondered. Sam Barrington is followed by Davante Adams on Twitter and on Instagram. Davante has recently liked that tweet as of yesterday. Then you look at Davante today at the Pro Bowl. Scores a touchdown, which of course he does. He's the best wide receiver in football. What does he do when he gets up? He does the Aaron Rodgers touchdown celebration, the bell. So what I want to know from you right now is it happening? Is this really about to go down? The Raiders are really about to trade for Aaron Rodgers. Let me know. Is it happening? Yes? No? Tell me, do you want it to happen? Don't you want it to happen? Man, I can't even wrap my mind around this. I do want it to happen if the Raiders can win because that's all I want. But it is a risk because I've said this before. If the Raiders trade for Rodgers and it doesn't work out, you're going to be giving up draft capital, I believe. And then what? I think you're out of a new head coach, or you're going to be looking for a new head coach because McDaniels and Ziegler, they'll be gone. Rodgers might see that as like, all right, well, now I'm going to get the hell out of here. And you got to pay for him the next 2 years because the way that his contract has worked, it's like a $14 million dead cap hit and like a $29 million dead cap hit if he decides to retire. I would imagine then Davante Adams might want to trade. I mean, it's a huge risk, but you're hoping that the last time Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams played together, MVPs, back-to-back years. Like, I get it, Rodgers is getting up there in age, but go look at the Mickey Mouse wide receivers that Rodgers was playing with on Green Bay. They didn't have any talent. Now, it still remains to be seen of who goes where, what exactly happens. Like, is Hunter Renfrow involved? Is Darren Waller involved? I don't have the answers to all those questions. I do find it interesting, though, because I've said this. I think if Aaron Rodgers does get traded to the Raiders, you're going to get Randall Cobb. Maybe there's a tight end out there that could also come to Las Vegas. Most recently, Davante liked the tweet from Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis has been the tight end of the Green Bay Packers the last few years. I'll be real, he's not very good anymore. He's definitely getting up there in age, but really just a blocker. But it's just another name to at least keep an eye on. Just stay in the know as much as you can. Also today, Josh Jacobs was talking to some media members, and Jacobs said that right now the Raiders are looking at 3 quarterbacks. I believe that the 3 quarterbacks the Raiders are looking at, and it's Aaron Rodgers via trade, Jimmy Garoppolo in free agency, C.J. Stroud in the draft. I was told by a very good source about 2 months ago that Ziegler likes Stroud, and I'm going to stick to that because I haven't heard anything different on that. Jimmy Garoppolo is the one that they have the most continuity with, but I do think he's almost like the last option. Like, I don't want the Raiders to go out and get Jimmy Garoppolo. But Jacobs, the way he says this, it almost like he seems like he's got that little bit of a twinkle in his eye. Now, the last 2 years that Rodgers has played with Davante Adams, okay? 68.9% completion percentage, 4,115 yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. In 2020, 4,299 yards, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. It's crazy. If you guys have made it this far in the video, hey, go check out my 4 blockbuster trade ideas that I threw out there that the Raiders could potentially offer for Rodgers, and I try to do it 4 different ones. Like, Green Bay only wants draft picks. They want a player and a draft pick involved. Only players, and then a 3-way crazy trade with Derek Carr. The other update here around the Raiders does involve Derek. He had a nice little sound off today, or a goodbye to Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. It was actually a very nice moment. I took a few minutes out of my day today to sit down and watch that, and it was cool. It was special. I'm glad DC got that. He deserved to have that. Now, in terms of what's next for him, there was some speculation from me because I was like, I wonder if they're going to decide to cut him because of the whole Pro Bowl. Well, now the Pro Bowl's done, and the Raiders are going to have 10 days, as I am filming this now, to move on from him, which by all accounts, they will move on from Derek Carr, whether it's via trade or whether it's them cutting them because they need the money. I also, from what I understand, is they basically have to move on from DC before they can make a move for Aaron Rodgers. So all I'm going to say is my job here is to keep you guys up to date, and I know I'm not at the studio. Hope that's cool with you. I'm literally filming this in my bathroom right now. That's me being real with you because it's so loud out there in my living room with my girlfriend Alex and her mom listening to a movie. I was worried like the background TV and the music would catch on, and well, I don't know, it wouldn't be a good thing for my YouTube channel. So my job here is to keep you guys up to date, and if I find something interesting, well, man, I want to do my best to be able to share that with you. If you're wondering what else is going to be happening on the Raiders Report this week, I'm going to be live like I always am on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then we're going to do a special live Thursday Raiders Report show, and I believe it's going to get started at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so we're just going to try to do like something a little bit later in the night. Man, it might even be 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I got to talk to my bosses, but circle it in your calendar. Just know that I'm going to be live a little bit later. So, one more time, wanted to make this video for y'all today because of Las Vegas locally. They tweeted that according to a source close to them, Josh McDaniels has been telling people that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. The reason why Las Vegas locally deserves to have that credit, they were the ones that broke this story last season with Davante Adams. I also tweeted out that when I put my video out that the Raiders traded for Davante Adams, okay? Think about this. Was March 4th. 13 days later, Davante Adams was traded to the Raiders. You ready for this one? All right, so the day that we put out the Aaron Rodgers potentially moving to Las Vegas video, 13 days later than that will be February 15th, the day that the Raiders have to move on from Derek Carr. I don't know, man. I like to look at this kind of stuff. I try not to read between the lines. Davante made some jokes today that he's a little bit of a troll, which I just disagree personally. I think that's, him maybe trying to cover his butt a little bit. But Las Vegas locally, in terms of these big-time deals, he's 1-for-1 with Davante. I got to trust him now here a little bit with Aaron Rodgers. They've been pretty spot on. And the fact that this is a new report coming out from them, really, really wild stuff, man. And I think we can all agree. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I just want this team to win some football games. I sit, every single day I think about this and that, and what's going to make this team better. I know one thing. If the Raiders win, I'm going to be a lot happier of a dude with all the watch parties, just moving forward. The Raiders deserve to have a quarterback that can carry them and that can get to the playoffs and that can win a few playoff games. Does trading for Aaron Rodgers guarantee that you win playoff games? You win a Super Bowl? No, of course not. You still need a defense. You still need to have some pieces around them. But I do know there are going to be a lot of people that want to play with him. And like I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there just seems to be so much fire going on right now around Davante, around Aaron Rodgers. And now you got Las Vegas locally chiming in that Raiders coach Josh McDaniels has told several people that he believes Aaron Rodgers will play for the Las Vegas Raiders next season. It's going to be a good year, man. It's going to be a good year. All right, y'all. Head on out of here. Appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to get you 2 more videos tomorrow. I think I'm going to do a mock draft with the Raiders drafting Stroud. Hell, I might even do a mock draft with the Raiders trading for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know yet. It's going to be an interesting day. Enjoy your night. Tell everyone, I say what's up. And again, if anybody has any food recommendations for Chuck, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all. If you made it this far in the video, click the subscribe button right here for more Raiders content. If you want even more videos that I've made, you can click this cool little box over here. It's just with some old videos that I did. It might even be one I made this morning, 2 days ago. And then if you want even more, there's going to be another box right here. Click on that bad boy. That way you never miss anything going on around the Las Vegas Raiders.